Social Security is a vital component to most retirement income plans. But how is your benefit actually calculated? Stay tuned. Social Security was a program that was created in 1935 as part of the New Deal, and this was done under the Roosevelt administration. And the purpose of Social Security is to provide income to retirees, disabled individuals, and deceased workers and their families. The reason that Social Security is so important to the retired population is because it is a primary source of income. It is estimated that over half of the retired population would live in poverty without it. Social Security is funded by the FICA taxes that you pay. Of your gross pay, 6.2% of that amount goes to Social Security. Your employer also pays 6.2% on your behalf. Over the course of your career, all of those contributions are used to help determine what your benefit is going to be, and your personal benefit is available to you at age 62. To calculate your Social Security benefit, the Social Security Administration takes your highest 35 years of earnings. They adjust all of those earnings for inflation. They take that total amount that you earned over those highest 35 years and divide it by 420 months, or 35 years. The figure that they come up with once you divide by 420 months is what's considered your average indexed monthly earnings. Social Security then uses that average indexed monthly earnings amount to determine what your primary insurance amount is going to be. As of 2024, you receive 90% of the first $1,174 of your AIME. For the next $5,904, you receive 32% of that amount, and then anything over $7,078, you receive 15% of that amount. Now, the easiest way to explain this to you is by an example, and that's what we're going to go over next. So let's say we have an individual that worked for 35 years. And over those 35 years, their inflation-adjusted income totaled $1,680,000. To figure out what their AIME would be, we're going to divide this total by 420 months, or 35 years. So if we divide by 420 months, the AIME for this individual would be $4,000. We use that $4,000 to figure out what their primary insurance amount would be. So primary insurance amount, they receive 90% of the first $1,174. So we multiply 1,174 by 90% to give us $1,057. The remaining amount of their AIME, they're going to receive 32% of that amount. So 32% multiplied by $2,826 is going to be an additional $904 of Social Security benefit. If we add these together, their total primary insurance amount is $1,961. Now remember, this is the amount of money that they would receive at their full retirement age. So if we assume that they were born after January 1st of 1960, their full retirement age is going to be 67. So at 67 years old, this individual would be entitled to $1,961 per month. If this individual decided to take their Social Security benefit at age 62, they're going to receive a 30% reduction. So at age 62, assuming the 30% reduction, their Social Security benefit each month is going to be $1,373. On the flip side of that, they could wait until age 70 to begin pulling their Social Security benefit. If they do this, they receive an 8% increase for each year that they wait beyond age 67. So instead of taking it at 67, they take it at age 70. They're going to receive a 24% increase in that monthly benefit. So at age 70, with a 24% increase, their total monthly benefit would be $2,431. And this is how the calculation of your Social Security benefit works. You take your inflation adjusted earnings over the course of 35 years, divide that by 420 to give you your average index monthly earnings. You then use the primary insurance amount bend points to calculate what your Social Security benefit is going to be. So for someone that averaged $4,000 a month in inflation adjusted earnings, their primary insurance amount or their Social Security benefit at age 67 would be $1,961. There are ways to ensure that you optimize your Social Security benefit. The first thing you need to do is work 35 years. If, for instance, you only work 30 years, you're going to receive a 0 for those final 5 years when it comes to calculating what your benefit is. In our example, we determined that that individual's average index monthly earnings was $4,000 per month, and that's over a 35-year working career. That $4,000 AIME resulted in a Social Security benefit of $1,961 at their full retirement age. If they decided to retire after 30 years, their AIME is reduced to $3,428. Their full retirement age benefit drops to $1,778. So the easiest way to optimize your Social Security benefit is to work for 35 years. Next is to avoid pulling your Social Security before your full retirement age. As we went over, if you file for your benefit at age 62, you're going to receive a 30% reduction of what your full retirement age benefit would be. So for the individual with the $4,000 AIME, they had a full retirement age benefit of $1,961. But if they pulled that benefit at age 62, their benefit is reduced to $1,373. So by waiting to pull your Social Security until your full retirement age, you're not going to receive a reduction of your benefit. The next option is to delay taking your Social Security benefit. If you wait until age 70, you receive an 8% increase for each year you wait. So for that same individual with the $4,000 AIME, their benefit at age 70 would be $2,431. That's an $1,100 difference than pulling it at age 62. And then the final thing that you should consider are spousal benefits. If you're married, pulling your Social Security early or before your full retirement age is going to affect any benefit that your spouse could claim in the event that you pass away first. Waiting until at least your full retirement age to pull your Social Security benefit is not going to affect any spousal benefit that your spouse would be entitled to. Everyone has their own opinions on Social Security, but without Social Security, over half of retirees would live in poverty. Now, I've heard financial gurus say, I could have taken that 6.2% and invested it and been better off than paying in to Social Security. And mathematically, they are correct. However, for over 99% of Americans, and this is just my opinion, if they were to receive that 6.2% as opposed to it being pulled from them, they would spend it. They would never invest it and have something there for them when they retire. So the purpose of Social Security is to create a safety net for people who don't know how to manage their money or are never in a position to save for their future. Regardless of how you may feel about Social Security and the issues that it does have, Social Security plays an integral part in the well-being of our society. I want to thank you again for tuning in. This is going to be the first video in a series of 3 of going over Social Security and the things that you should be considering. But if you enjoy the videos that I'm putting out, if they're providing value to you, I urge you to subscribe to our channel. Like the video, share the video to other people that you think it could provide value to as well. And comment on it. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If you agree with me, then certainly comment on it. But I want to thank you again for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon.